But at 1.1 here, I'm not quite sure if this has been done. I asked Carleen earlier to see if there was any advice on that. Seeking agreement for everything to go ahead, working with staff. I think there have been a few hiccups, and we're just checking to make sure that that was all able to go ahead.
So I understand our property consultants have been working with this group for some time, and they're meeting with the group's planner. So staff, if council requests, can come back with an update around the work that's happening.
Okay.
To the community board?
To the community board, yep, or council.
Do you want it to go to the community board or the council? Because it's submitted to the council as well.
Time-wise, it just needs to go.
Yeah.
So as soon as possible, which means probably straight to council.
Yeah.
As much as we like things coming to the community board.
Okay. It's probably important that everybody hears it. Yeah.
Yes. But time-wise for the community, it's probably better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I just quickly raise something that's coming up for you a bit later on page 199, Beachville Road seawall. Our community board has had a briefing on this, but has passed no resolutions. We have some concerns as a board over the fact that while a like-for-like was costed for the Beachville Road seawall, the approved design initially was less than the cost, which is fine. The new design is more than the original approved design, but still less than the like-for-like, and yet the council are being asked to fund the difference. And we think that that isn't on. We think that that should be covered within the agreement because it's still less than the like-for-like cost. So but we think it's the best outcome and provides the like-for-like with the amenity value for the community as opposed to the infrastructure value.
So your community board is in favour of the one that has the extra 508,000 on it?
It is, because it's the best outcome for the community, and the amenity value for the community is retained like-for-like, even though the cost is lower still than the official like-for-like that was costed initially.
Right. Thank you for that, because it's quite a confusing report, actually.
It is,
even
and that cost is actually not in there,
Yep.
the original like-for-like cost.
Right.
No.
Okay. Are you on the, just before we get on to that, can we get rid of Mount Pleasant because it's sorted and should be, right? Okay, so can I just, this is moved by Yanni. Obviously the 1.2 is dealt with and the urgent staff advice was to come back to the council. Right, okay, seconded by Tim. We need to, yep.
Sarah, I just wondered if you could just, in terms of, it's from the board, from the elected members exchange, the concern has been raised around the leases around Hagley Park. Do you want to just?
Oh, sorry, no, I just want to deal with the memorial, with the Mount Pleasant one first, before we get on to Beachville and Hagley Park or whatever.
Okay, it's just that it's not covered. It's covered in the general discussion of the report. Not
yes,
in any
can
of
I just put this first,
okay,
and then you can get on to the rest of it. So can I put this, those in favour please say aye, those opposed carried. And then you want to deal with Hagley Park?
Yeah,
I think just the chair in terms of the...
It's not really on there.
It's been raised in terms of the discussion at the community board.
and we've asked for further information about 4 times now to see things like the netball courts have come to us because it's Hagley Park, it's within our patch. The Christ College lease has come to us, and the Hagley Oval didn't. And as it was in the previous council term, but there was a question over why that didn't come to us, because it should have as part of a lease within our ward. And so we've been asked for that information many times. I've had phone calls clarifying our resolutions, and we've still not received any information on it.
Okay, it's not going to be very helpful to you now that the council's just made the decision. But just as a general rule, in terms of any leases on Hagley Park, that's within the ambit of your community board, is it?
Yeah, but it's not just for this particular one, but like for the original work being done on Hagley Oval, the lease stuff never came to our community board, and we've asked why that was, and we still haven't found out.
Right, okay. Okay, I'm not sure what you want us to do about that just now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Carlene's noted it and we'll look at it, okay?
That's fine, because it sounds to me as if those sort of delegations need clarification for us as councillors too.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a crossover.
Fine, okay. Anything else on the
So it's just the
Hagley
Beachville seawall now that Glenn had a question.
Right?
Yep.
Sorry, Glenn.
Yes, because this might save a bit of time later, and
Yep.
thank you, I'm glad you mentioned that. Just to check whether all the stakeholder groups have seen or whether you know whether they have
So
seen the
this-
modified design?
Yeah, so this came to council quite a while ago, and council agreed to halt work while the community were worked with, and the new proposal is one that has been agreed to by the community. Stakeholder groups, and people just want it done because there are people who are waiting to rebuild their houses in this area, and they can't get it done until there's, you know, some sort of seawall and those kind of things are sorted. So, yeah.
Okay. Tim?
You mentioned before that the like for like was more expensive than the
The current
option-
proposal, yeah.
Yeah, so than the option 4, which is again out of the option 1 and option 4, the preferred one and the more expensive of these
we're
two.
not really on there
They're
on
both,
that item.
they're both lower cost than the original like-for-like.
Yeah, so you're
But
absolutely
we've been
right.
Go on
told
to
that
that,
because
it's like
the
this is
original
the one.
approved design is
It's a
still
bigger one.
less than the now preferred one, that council has to pay the difference. We
So-
don't get it.
So you were told originally that the like for like was more expensive than this preferred option.
Yep.
And so somewhere along the line, something's changed, and they've come back to
I think it comes down to the fact that council is only one voice on a panel that decides how the costs are decided.
But just to clarify that originally the like for like was more expensive than option 4,
Yep.
and now somewhere along the line some things have changed, and now they're saying the like for like, the original like for like is less than option 4.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, right.
So
that's a real concern.
there's two ways we can deal with this, guys, because we're way outside really
Yep.
what's on the report
Yeah, it's
from
not-
the
it's-
Hagley
it
Ferrymead.
is- yeah.
There is a report on Beachville, which if you want to, we can take next, or we can just deal with the rest of the community boards, which won't take long, and then deal with
Yeah.
it. Okay? Which might be the easier way
Yeah.
of doing it. But Dave Adamson will want to make some comments about
Yeah,
all of
but I think
that.
some clarification of those costs and things would be really useful because they're not currently in the report.
Right. Okay, I haven't got anything else on the Hagley Ferrymead Community Board. Is anybody else? No? Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have I actually adopted them all? Cool. Okay. Thank you. Can we go back to Burwood Pegasus?